Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles, and thank you so much for joining this channel and subscribing. I just love each and every one of you for being here and following your guidance here. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how we can connect more spiritually or to the spiritual realms in perhaps a different way than you might have thought of. And most people think of, okay, I need to open up my third eye and I need to open up my crown chakra and all of these things. And we definitely do forget about our heart chakra. Now, I've often been talking to people when I've been doing readings for them. They always ask, well, at least once will ask something about, opening up their connection to the spiritual realms. And I often just think to myself, well, there's so many different ways out there that we can do it. One of the biggest things is actually believing that we can, which actually takes away a lot of the blockages that you have to your spiritual viewing. But one of the biggest things is this heart chakra area, or the heart area. And I really like people to focus on this, because once you do, it becomes quite easy for you to connect to the spiritual realms. It becomes quite easy for you to hear and feel the messages from your loved ones, your spirit guides, and your angels. And it is a matter of focusing on this area, and I do that by placing my hand over my heart. As soon as I've done this, I can focus on that area. It's like if you put your fingers on your third eye, you can focus on that area. So make it easy for yourself and, focus on this area. And what we want to do is we want to try to develop a way in which you can connect with the seat or the middle of your soul. I believe that we are a soul, and this is the center of it. This is the connection to the divine. This is the connection to all of our spiritual abilities, what we're trying to achieve with our spiritual abilities. And because we're having so many upgrades on the earth at the moment, we're having so many things change for us. We're having so many codes of light flowing down through to the earth. And, we're starting to adjust to this, and this is coming through as random messages and, memories that are random that are coming up for us. But at times we really do want to have a deeper connection to all that is out there. We really want to start seeing it and sensing it and feeling it. We want to work with our spirit guides. We want to see them, we want to have a real close connection with them. So the best way that I've found is really working on clearing out this heart chakra area, and starting to visualize inside the heart area. Not trying to visualize in your mind or anywhere else, although you can do that and it's fantastic. But if you can actually open up this heart area and work on this heart area and bring light to this heart area, not only are you eradicating a whole lot of problems that are going on within your body on a physical level and an emotional level, but you are starting to see the gateway of your soul, and this door that is on the inside of this heart area, it opens up, and you can start to see your spirit guides standing there, your angels standing there. And I really want you to get into this idea of visualizing or imagining. And if we can stop using the word see as in with your physical eyes, and perhaps use the words intend or sense or feel, then that will become your inner vision. And the inner vision is a feeling that becomes a knowing. And that feeling that becomes a knowing gives you the images on the inside of your being. And this is how exciting it can be. But you must try to use your imagination. And when we use our imagination, that's where the magic begins to happen. But we want to focus on this heart area. Okay, and so when you're focusing on the heart area, as I said, place your hand on this heart area. And I want you just to imagine or feel or put the intention there that there is a beautiful golden light. And this beautiful golden light is just emanating around this area underneath your hands. Okay? And the light then bounces towards the crown chakra. So the golden light, we're just imagining it coming up to the crown chakra, back down to the heart, down through the body and into the feet, up from the feet to the heart, back to the crown chakra. And we're bouncing this light, this golden light, down and up and up further and down, and always keeping our hand on our heart, okay? And I find, and I don't know whether this is the right word, but I call it a bridging exercise. Bridging all this light and connecting all these areas of our body. And what will happen is you'll start to feel a warmth where your hand is. You'll start to feel a warmth naturally from your hands, of course, but a more intense warmth. And if you're doing this with I'm only got my eyes open because I'm talking to you, but if you do this with your eyes closed, the more often that you do this, and I mean, doing it for at least 2 minutes, not just do it maybe 5 times and then say, well, nothing much really happened. I mean, do this with intention for at least 2 to 5 minutes, just bridging this light, bridging it and bridging it. And what you're doing is, while you're imagining this light flowing in and around your body, you can watch it sort of dissipate over you, that's fine, and put you in a beautiful protective light. But then you start to call on an inner level, or bring the intention of your angels and guides to actually stand in this area. And so while you've got your eyes closed, you're imagining the light, you're doing all the exercises, and you say, okay, I'd really like to have my angels and guides come really, really close and be in this area. And so while you've got your eyes closed, you can actually start to imagine them there. Now, I want you to use your imagination because it will take away all the work for you. When we use our imagination, it allows the subconscious to come forward, and the subconscious is like your higher self. It is the connection to your higher self, and I feel it is your higher self, your subconscious, and this allows an opening to begin to happen. And once we get this gateway open in the heart, and we can actually visualize what we intend to see there will be things there that you did not imagine. And this is where it all kicks over, okay? There'll be a beautiful feeling that rushes through you, and you didn't imagine that. There might be an animal that comes past. Maybe you'll see a unicorn, or maybe you'll see your dog or your cat, and that will come past into your mind's eye. And that's okay. That's something that you haven't imagined, because you're imagining only your guides and the angels and your loved ones, okay? And so you'll see these other things that you did not intend to see. And this is when, if you keep going with that, and you just let that happen, and you just let images pass you by, that you get into an even bigger space, and the gateway opens even further. And before you know it, you are having this amazing connection. And the idea is to remember how you feel when you're having that connection. How does your body feel when you're having a connection with the divine? Do you feel, calm? And do you feel rested? And do you feel peaceful? Or do you start to get yourself scared, because you're afraid of what you're going to see? You have to work with yourself in this energy. This is so powerful, that most people won't teach you this kind of thing, because they want you to focus on your crown chakra or your third eye and awakening your third eye, and people go nutty over their third eye, trying to work on it and open it and do chanting and toning, and obviously that's something that I've also brought to this channel and worked with this channel, because that's what a lot of people are interested in. But if we're forgetting this beautiful heart space, and we're forgetting that this is the seat of us as a soul, and this is what we can open a gateway to the beautiful universe that's out there, and bring the connection, undo the unlock, I guess, the gateway to the divine, and it's right inside of us. And we start to realize that this is where the cording is between us and where we used to be, which is on the other side of the veil. A lot of people think of the umbilical cord and a silver cord coming from that going to the divine, which is fine. But I feel the cord to the divine is actually in the heart space. So this is a really, really good practice for you. Practice, bridging this light, and working with this light and focusing on that first and getting that moving first. And when you feel really peaceful and really calm with that, then you will invite your angels and guides. And if you can't see them straight away, as I said, imagine it. And if you can't imagine it, think to yourself, I'm blocking something somewhere. So continue with your your light until you've really cleared all of the areas within your body. Now, if you're afraid of visualizing anything, there is a really good tip for you, and that is that your soul will actually protect you. Your soul will look after you. You're not going to see anything that is scary or awful or something that you're not ready for. If you set the intention that you're only going to see unconditional love and those from the highest light, if you set that intention, then that's what you're going to get. When we start seeing negative images, or when we start feeling fearful, it's our own fears that are projected to us. And I talked a lot about this in the aura videos that I made at the beginning of doing videos on YouTube. Our own fears are projected to us. And of course, when we start to glimpse something that is a little bit fearful, it can build, so we block ourselves from seeing any further. So make sure that you've got your protection with you, that you're intending to see only that which is from unconditional love. That is all you need to ask for. Put yourself in a bubble of protective light. Ask Archangel Michael to be with you throughout the whole process. Ask the Lord Jesus to be there with you as well throughout the whole process, and you'll feel a real massive healing sensation throughout your body as well. If you're beginning to do readings for other people, this is a really good way to bridge yourself and start to open up your connection to the divine, to help those people with you. Before I do any of my videos, I do prepare myself in this way with like a column of light. But one thing is that once you start to work with this beautiful bridging technique and actually opening up that gateway to your soul, everything changes in your life and you start to see things in a completely different way, which is awesome. So please practice with this. Work on your heart area. Know that sometimes when you're working with your heart area, a whole lot of, you might cry, or you might have a flood of memories that come through, or your body might even go into memories from past lives. So we want to make sure that we're setting that intention of clearing away any karma or any debris or any emotion that is not helping you anymore, and that we're asking that that is removed from our entire being. And it's very powerful. I find that the simple things in spirituality is what we should be focusing on. I mean, we could sit here all day and do hours and hours and hours of chant, and that might work for some people. But I've found that people don't have time for that. And most of us are busy people in a busy life. And the angels have talked to me about this and have said, and obviously when I say that they're talking to me, it's on an intuitive level. And they say to me, keep it simple, keep everything simple. Remember that it doesn't have to be these big, massive, long things. As long as you intend, as long as you believe in what you're talking about, then that's all that matters, and it happens. Like you could say, I would like a protection around me that is permanent. I want this permanent protection around me. And as long as you believe that, then it's happened. It's when we start saying, but what if it didn't work? And what if I'm in this situation? And we've just broken it all down. So use your intention for yourself, for your good, and work with this heart area. And the more of us that are working with this beautiful heart area, and you can still focus on the other areas, your chakras and things, but the more of us that are doing this, the more gentle we become, and the more we can go within before we go to sleep at night, and we can focus ourselves on this area, and our imagination can go, and we can actually start having those amazing visions that we want, or even just hearing, messages for us, or sensing what those messages are. Remember, all of your senses, are working. All of us are psychic, but some of us can tap into something a lot easier than somebody else. Like some of us might tap into our clairvoyance a lot easier than they tap into their clairsentience, which is all that feeling. For myself, I get everything going, but I am a more feeling person, a more empathetic person, more sensitive to the feelings of everything, and that feeling becomes a knowing, and that knowing becomes words, and it's all an instant process. And you'll start finding the way that it works and the way that you're most comfortable for yourself. This is one of the greatest ways to connect to spirit, to your entire spirituality, to open up new doorways for you, and to bring in, all your guides, and feel that comfort of having your angels with you and your loved ones with you. Open the seat of your soul, open this doorway, open this gateway, and don't be afraid. You are protected, you are loved, and all the time unconditional love is being sent to you. Ask to receive it. Ask to be basked in that beautiful love of the divine again, so you know what it feels like. Work on this light technique. And, do it for a little bit longer than just 5 minutes, or 5 seconds, I should say. Do it for a little bit longer. Work with it a little bit longer, and then it will be, okay, I can instantly get myself in that zone. These are the little tips and tricks that we all need for our spiritual work. And we don't have to make it hard on ourselves, but we do have to work on that inner love, and just taking that time for ourselves to get the answers that we really need and feel at peace while we're doing it. So I really hope that this is helpful to you, that you try this, and if anything, if all else fails, at least you have had a bit of a healing within your being, and you've had a healing in this heart area, which takes so much in our life. We take everything into our heart, we feel everything here. So let's do a clearing there and see what happens for us. So please let me know how you go, and I look forward to working with you all and creating more videos for you. And until the next video, it is goodbye for me. Bye everyone.